tonight, let us begin a gentle journey, not a journey of distance or time, but a journey of the heart, a journey toward happiness. Happiness is often misunderstood. Many think it is something far away, a treasure hidden in the clouds or buried in the depths of the earth. But happiness is not so elusive. It is not always grand, and it does not always arrive with the sound of trumpets. Sometimes, happiness is a quiet visitor, entering the room softly, sitting beside us without making a sound. It may be the warmth of a blanket on a cool evening, or the scent of rain after a long day. It may be the smile of someone who cares, or even the stillness of a moment when the world finally feels calm. Imagine yourself now, lying down in a safe place, where nothing rushes you and nothing demands your attention. Breathe slowly. Let each breath remind you that you are alive. And in this simple truth, happiness can already be found with every inhale. Imagine light entering your body, filling every corner with warmth, that calm with every exhale. Imagine the worries of the day leaving gently, dissolving into the night sky like smoke fading into the stars. As you rest here, let your thoughts wander toward the meadow of your imagination. The grass is tall and sways in the rhythm of the wind. Above, the stars are scattered like diamonds, watching over you with quiet tenderness. A silver moon hangs in the distance, not too bright, not too dim, just enough to guide your way. The air is soft and carries with it the whispers of the night. You can hear them if you listen closely. They are not words, but feelings. They say, you are safe, you are whole, you are enough. Happiness, you realize, is not something to chase. It is already walking with you, hand in hand, waiting for you to notice. Tonight, let this story be your companion. Let it guide you, not with force, but with softness, the kind of softness that soothes the heart and prepares the mind for rest. For in the end, happiness is not a destination. It is the gentle rhythm of being alive, moment by moment, breath by breath, and here, in this quiet hour, it belongs to you.
Your body grows lighter as the night carries you further into its calm embrace. The stars above seem to hum softly, as if they are part of a secret orchestra playing just for you. Each note is woven not from sound, but from silence. And that silence wraps around your heart with such gentleness that even the smallest trace of worry begins to dissolve. You notice how the air feels alive, like a friend leaning close, reminding you that you are never truly alone. In this wide, quiet space, happiness feels as natural as breathing. There is a sense that the universe itself leans closer, whispering through the rustle of the leaves and the rhythm of the night. It does not speak in words, but in feelings, warmth, safety, a deep acceptance that flows through you like water through stone. You realize that you do not need to create happiness, for it is already here, waiting to be seen. All that is required is to allow it, the way one allows the sun to rise without effort, or the moon to shine without command. Memories drift into your mind, not rushed, not forced, but arriving like gentle visitors. The laughter of someone you once held close, the sparkle of a morning after rain, the quiet joy of resting with a book on a peaceful day. These moments come to you like gifts you had forgotten, wrapped not in gold but in tenderness. They remind you that happiness is not a single event, but a collection of small treasures, scattered through your days like hidden stars. And as you breathe slowly, you understand that those treasures are never lost. They live in you, glowing softly, waiting to be remembered whenever you need their light. Tonight, as your body sinks deeper into rest, let those quiet lights guide you. Let them remind you that joy is always within reach, not in some distant tomorrow, but here, now, in this very breath. In this very silence,
the stillness grows deeper, and you find yourself resting inside the soft embrace of night. There is no rush, no pressure, only the gentle unfolding of peace. Happiness lingers like a fragrance in the air, subtle yet real, wrapping around you with every breath. You lie there listening to the rhythm of your heart, and realize it, too, is a song of happiness, not loud or demanding, but steady and patient, carrying you through every joy and sorrow. Tonight, it beats in harmony with the quiet of the universe. Your thoughts drift into scenes of light and warmth. You see fields bathed in silver glow, where each blade of grass shimmers as if carrying a spark of joy. Fireflies float lazily, tiny lanterns dancing without hurry, teaching you the beauty of slowness. You follow their glow, and with each step you feel lighter, as though the weight of your day slips gently away. A breeze brings the scent of blossoms. You cannot name them, yet their fragrance feels familiar, like a memory of childhood or a walk with someone dear. You breathe it in, and the scent weaves into your heart, reminding you that happiness often appears in small, unplanned ways. It is not always certainty, but the simple beauty of a single moment. With each breath, that beauty settles deeper, until it rests at the very center of your being. Above, the stars shine brighter, as if leaning closer to hear your quiet thoughts. If you let yourself imagine, you can believe each star carries one of your wishes, keeping it safe across the endless sky. The idea comforts you that something greater holds your dreams with care. You do not need to understand it. You only need to rest in its presence. Reflections rise like lanterns over water. You remember acts of kindness, smiles, gentle words, times when others made your path lighter. You remember your own kindness too, small gifts given without expecting anything back. Happiness, you realize, is woven from these threads, giving and receiving, noticing beauty and letting gratitude grow in stillness. As the night deepens, your body grows heavy, but with release, not weariness. It is the weight of letting go, of finally resting in the truth that happiness is not far away. It lives here, in your breath, your heart, your memories, and the quiet promise of tomorrow. Let yourself sink into this truth. The way earth rests beneath the sky, the way the sea rests beneath the moon. Tonight, happiness is yours, gentle and infinite, carrying you softly into dreams. The quiet around you feels endless, yet it is never empty. It is full of softness, like a gentle sea that cradles every thought and every breath. Happiness begins to shine more clearly in this calm, not as something you must reach, but as something that rises naturally, like dawn unfolding across the horizon. You do not chase it, and you do not hold it too tightly. Instead, you let it rest within you, glowing like a lantern that never fades. Images drift into your mind, tender and slow. You see the morning sun spilling through a window, lighting the floor in golden warmth. You hear the laughter of a child, clear and unguarded, reminding you of the innocence you once carried and still carry within. You feel the memory of a hand holding yours, steady and reassuring, teaching you that love is one of the purest forms of happiness. These memories are not loud or grand, yet they pulse with life, and in their simplicity, you find peace. The night sky spreads above you, vast and endless, and you feel yourself become part of it. Each star seems like a heartbeat of the universe, steady and constant, and you realize your own heartbeat is part of the same song. There is no separation between you and the world around you. The grass, the air, the light of the stars all belong to the same quiet harmony, and within that harmony, happiness flows without end. You breathe deeply, letting the cool air fill you, and as you exhale, you feel every burden loosen further. You do not need to solve anything now. You do not need to prove or achieve. Happiness does not measure you by your successes or failures. It simply welcomes you exactly as you are. There is a freedom in this understanding, a freedom that feels like floating on calm waters beneath the endless moon. Thoughts of gratitude begin to bloom. You think of the moments that shaped you, of the people who touched your life in ways both great and small. Some are still near, others live only in memory. Yet each left traces of light within you. That light does not fade, it becomes part of who you are. And as you honor those lights, you realize that you, too, have given light to others. In ways you may never know, you have been part of someone else's happiness. This truth settles gently into your heart, filling it with quiet strength. As your body grows heavier with rest, your spirit feels lighter, lifted by the simple joy of being here. In this moment, surrounded by calm, the night holds you like a lullaby, and happiness hums within its melody. You are safe, you are whole, and you are enough. Let yourself drift further, carried by this soft current, until dreams rise like gentle waves to meet you. Happiness is here, surrounding you, within you, guiding you into the sweetest sleep. The night feels endless, yet it carries you with such tenderness that you do not fear its depth. Every shadow becomes soft, every sound gentle, as though the whole world has agreed to quiet itself for your rest. Happiness hums faintly in the air, steady like a hidden song, and you begin to notice it in the smallest details, the way the breeze brushes your skin, the way silence rests upon the earth like a blanket. There is no effort required. Happiness is already here, woven into the fabric of this moment. You let your imagination drift further, carried as though by invisible wings. You see a pathway lined with lanterns, each one glowing with a soft, golden light. These lanterns do not burn with fire. Instead, they shine with memories, with moments of joy gathered from your life. One lantern carries the glow of a smile you once received unexpectedly. Another, the warmth of laughter that filled a quiet afternoon. Each lantern represents a piece of your journey. And as you walk along the path, you realize your life has been filled with countless small lights, each one proof that happiness has always walked beside you. The lanterns flicker, and with each step, you feel gratitude growing within. Gratitude is a doorway to happiness, one that opens not outward but inward. You remember the meals that nourished you, the hands that reached out to help, the chances you were given, the mornings you awoke to a new day. Even the difficult moments have left gifts, teaching you strength, patience, and the ability to see light where once there was none. Gratitude turns these fragments into treasures, and tonight you carry them close to your heart. The air becomes cooler, carrying the scent of earth and night flowers. You pause to breathe it in, letting it fill your lungs and settle deep within. Happiness is not only in memories, it is also in presence, in this very inhale, in this very exhale. Life itself is the miracle, and by noticing it, you allow happiness to rise naturally. You do not need to force it. Like water flowing downstream, it knows where to go, and it carries you gently along with it. Above, the moon drifts higher, silver and calm. It reflects upon the world like a mirror of serenity, and you feel its glow wash over you, soothing every part of your being. The moon does not hurry, does not demand. It simply shines, steady and quiet. You realize happiness works in the same way. It does not need to be earned. It is not withheld until you become perfect. It is simply there, waiting to be seen, waiting to be accepted. And so you keep walking down this lantern-lit path, step by gentle step, surrounded by memories, gratitude, and the soft hum of the universe. The deeper you go, the lighter your heart becomes, as if every step carries you closer not to a destination, but to a truth that happiness is not far away. It is here, in your breath, in your memories, in your very being. You are already home. The lanterns behind you glow softly as you move forward, but their light does not fade. It stays with you, like a gentle warmth in your chest. Ahead, the path opens into a wide meadow, and the air seems even quieter here, as though the earth itself is holding its breath. The silence is not empty, it is alive, filled with presence, filled with the gentle pulse of happiness that waits in every corner of existence. You step onto the grass, and the ground feels soft, welcoming, like a home you had forgotten but always belonged to. As you walk slowly, you notice how the meadow stretches endlessly, covered with flowers that sway in rhythm with the night wind. Some bloom wide and bright, others small and delicate, yet each carries beauty in its own way. You bend closer to look, and you see that every flower holds a drop of dew, catching the moonlight and reflecting it like a tiny jewel. In each reflection, you see a piece of yourself, your laughter, your tears, your strength, your tenderness. The flowers remind you that happiness is not one thing, but many. It wears countless faces, and each moment of your life has added to its shape. You pause to rest in the center of the meadow. The night cradles you with its arms of silence, and for a moment, there is nothing but the sound of your own breath. You feel how precious that breath is, how each inhale is a gift, how each exhale is a release. You realize you do not need grand events to feel whole. To breathe is to be alive, and to be alive is already to be in touch with happiness. Memories return again, softer this time, like distant echoes carried by the wind. You remember voices that once spoke kindness to you, gestures that showed love without words, and moments when you surprised yourself with courage you didn't know you had. These memories are not only of joy but also of growth, and you see that happiness is not the absence of struggle, but the presence of meaning. Every challenge you have faced has carved space within you, space where light can now enter more freely. Above, the stars shimmer, as if applauding your quiet realizations. They blink gently, one after another, like companions keeping watch. You understand that even when night seemed dark in the past, stars were always there, shining quietly, waiting for you to lift your gaze. In the same way, happiness has always been near, even when hidden beneath layers of worry. Tonight, you lift those layers gently away, like curtains opening to reveal the calm horizon of dawn. The meadow feels endless, yet you are never lost. Each step is guided by the hum of happiness that now fills you completely. You feel lighter, calmer, as though you are dissolving into the night itself, not disappearing, but becoming part of something larger, something infinite. And in that surrender, you realize happiness is not outside of you. Happiness is you, living, breathing, resting in this sacred stillness. The meadow stretches endlessly, and yet you do not feel the need to reach its end. Each step itself feels complete, as though every moment along the way is already a destination. The flowers sway around you, bowing gently as if to greet your presence. Their quiet movement is like a soft chorus, reminding you that even in stillness there is life. And in life, there is happiness waiting to be noticed. You pause to watch their rhythm, and it feels as though the earth itself is breathing with you in exhale in perfect harmony. You lie down upon the grass, feeling its cool touch against your skin. The ground cradles you as though it has always known your shape, holding you with steady patience. Above, the sky opens wide, a canvas painted with stars, and you let your eyes wander slowly across it. Each star seems alive, glowing not only with light but with a story. Perhaps one carries the memory of your first laughter, another the echo of your dreams, another still the promise of mornings yet to come. Together they form a constellation of your life, a reminder that happiness is not scattered randomly, it's connected, piece by piece, like stars that create patterns when seen with tender eyes. As you rest, your mind softens further. Thoughts that once rushed now drift like clouds, slow and effortless. You remember the sound of rain tapping softly against a window, the comfort of warm tea in your hands, the hush of a friend's voice telling you that everything would be all right. These small recollections rise gently, filling you with peace. They may seem simple, but they are the language of happiness, subtle, yet deeply real. The longer you stay in this meadow of quiet memory, the more you realize how happiness grows when you release the need to chase it. It is not in the future, hidden behind goals or achievements. It is here, in the softness of grass, in the breath of the wind, in the beat of your heart. To see it, you only need to stop and open yourself to its presence. As you are doing now, a breeze drifts across your face, and you feel it carrying whispers from the past. Moments of kindness, moments of beauty, moments when you felt connected to something greater than yourself. Each whisper is like a seed, and tonight they bloom within you, forming a garden of quiet joy. You realize this garden has always existed, though perhaps hidden under the noise of daily life. Now, with silence around you, the blossoms are clear, their fragrance unmistakable. The night deepens, yet instead of darkness, you feel surrounded by light, soft, patient, eternal. It is not the light of the sun, fierce and commanding, but the light of the soul, gentle and constant. It asks nothing from you but to rest, to trust, to let yourself be carried. You sink deeper into this calm, your body heavy with peace, your spirit light with freedom. Happiness hums through every part of you, reminding you that you are whole, you are safe, and you are loved always and forever. The meadow holds you gently, and for a while you simply remain still, breathing in its calmness. The sky above is vast, yet it does not overwhelm you. Instead, it feels like an endless shelter, open and welcoming. You close your eyes, and even in the darkness behind your eyelids, the sense of peace continues. The silence becomes deeper, almost like music without notes, carrying you into a state where time no longer matters. Here, happiness is not something to reach. It is something that flows quietly through you, steady as the tide. With your eyes closed, visions begin to form in your mind. You see a river winding slowly through a forest, its surface shimmering with moonlight. The water moves with patience, never rushing, yet always arriving where it is meant to go. You understand that happiness moves in the same way, gentle, unhurried, yet certain. You imagine dipping your hands into the river, feeling the coolness travel through your body, washing away every trace of tension. Each drop carries with it a reminder that peace is possible, that joy can return even after long seasons of storm. The forest around the river is alive with whispers. Leaves rustle, branches sway, and hidden among them are creatures, moving softly, unseen, yet present. Their quiet existence reminds you that life is always happening in layers, beyond what the eye can see. Happiness, too, has many layers, sometimes bright and visible, sometimes hidden but still alive, waiting for the right moment to be felt. You let yourself rest in this thought, and it brings a gentle comfort, like being wrapped in a cloak of invisible kindness. As you follow the river's path in your imagination, you notice how it reflects the stars above. The sky and water mirror each other, as though earth and heaven are in conversation. You realize that happiness is born from this same connection, the balance between what is within and what surrounds you. When you honor both, when you allow yourself to feel part of the greater whole, happiness flows more easily, naturally, without effort. You sit by the riverbank, listening to its steady song. The sound is both near and far, intimate yet infinite. It soothes you in a way words cannot, reaching a place within you that has been waiting quietly for rest. You feel your breath slowing, your body sinking deeper into ease, as though the earth itself has taken you into its arms. Every inhale feels like receiving light, every exhale like releasing weight you no longer need to carry. The night continues, but you no longer notice its passage. You are inside a timeless space where the only thing that matters is this moment, soft, safe, and full of quiet joy. The river, the forest, the stars, and your own heart all move together in harmony. And in that harmony, happiness reveals its truest form, not a fleeting emotion, but a deep presence that surrounds you, holds you, and whispers gently, "You are enough, and you are home." The river's song lingers in your heart as you drift deeper into the night. You move slowly, guided by calm, as if the universe itself has softened its rhythm to match your breath. The forest glows faintly in moonlight. Branches arch above, like arms forming a shelter, holding you without demand. Happiness feels like this, being accepted exactly as you are. The path is soft with fallen leaves, their scent carrying the memory of rain and renewal. You realize happiness has this same quality. It restores, even when you feel tired. It is not fragile. It waits, steady, ready to return the moment your heart opens again. Even struggles, like fallen leaves, nourish the ground where joy can grow. You pause beside an ancient tree, its roots deep, its trunk steady. Touching its bark, you feel strength humming beneath your hand. The tree has endured sunlight, storms, and winds, yet still it rises. Happiness is like this, enduring, not fleeting, deepened by time and experience. Within you is that same ability to bend yet remain whole. Above the canopy, stars shine through an opening. They seem brighter, framed by branches, reminding you that even when hidden, they are always there. Happiness, too, is constant, sometimes dimmed, but never gone. The forest grows quieter as you continue. The river fades into distance, replaced by a deeper stillness. Here, happiness is no longer memory or sight, but a pulse within. It does not shout, it simply is. It remains when all else shifts, born from the simple truth of being alive. The path narrows, dreamlike, yet you feel no fear. With each breath, you grow lighter. With each step, the glow inside you brightens. You see clearly now. Happiness is not found by seeking. It is allowed, received, embraced. And as you surrender to this moment, you realize it has been with you all along. The clearing feels like a gentle sanctuary, and you remain there, letting its calmness seep into every part of you. The pool lies still at the center, holding the reflection of the moon like a secret jewel. Around it, the grass bends with the quiet rhythm of the night wind, brushing softly as if singing a lullaby only the earth can hear. You let yourself sink deeper into this peace, and happiness settles even more firmly within you, not as a sudden burst, but as a steady warmth, like embers glowing quietly long after the fire has burned. You notice how the silence here carries weight, not heavy but grounding. It invites you to listen more carefully, not only to the sounds around you, but to the voice inside your heart. And when you listen, You hear it whispering truths you may have forgotten, that you have lived with courage, that you have given kindness, that you have survived storms you once thought would never end. Each truth is like a drop in the pool, creating ripples that remind you of your strength. Happiness is not only found in joy, it also grows from resilience. From the gentle pride of knowing you have walked through difficult nights and still arrived here, whole, you recline further into the grass, your gaze rising toward the stars. They glitter like a tapestry woven across eternity, and you feel yourself as part of that design. Every star feels connected to another, just as every moment of your life connects to the next. You realize that happiness is not a single event but a weaving threads of laughter, threads of sorrow, threads of quiet reflection. Together they form the fabric of who you are. And tonight that fabric feels soft, complete, and beautiful. A sense of gratitude swells in you, unforced, flowing naturally like the river you left behind. You feel grateful for the people who have touched your life, for the places you have seen, for the moments both large and small that shaped you. Gratitude fills the empty spaces, and with it comes a tenderness that lights your chest from within. You see clearly now. Gratitude and happiness are not separate, they are companions, walking together, each making the other stronger. The night continues, but you are no longer aware of time. You are resting in something timeless, something eternal. Your body grows heavy, but your spirit floats light, as though carried on the quiet hum of the universe. You feel safe here, more safe than you have in a long while. And in this safety, happiness blooms like a flower that does not need to be watched, simply grows, soft and steady, under the silver glow of the moon. The clearing feels like a gentle sanctuary, and you remain there, letting its calmness seep into every part of you. The pool lies still at the center, holding the reflection of the moon like a secret jewel. Around it, the grass bends with the quiet rhythm of the night wind, brushing softly as if singing a lullaby only the earth can hear. You let yourself sink deeper into this peace, and happiness settles even more firmly within you, not as a sudden burst, but as a steady warmth, like embers glowing quietly long after the fire has burned. You notice how the silence here carries weight, not heavy but grounding. It invites you to listen more carefully, not only to the sounds around you, but to the voice inside your heart. And when you listen, you hear it whispering truths you may have forgotten, that you have lived with courage, that you have given kindness, that you have survived storms you once thought would never end. Each truth is like a drop in the pool, creating ripples that remind you of your strength. Happiness is not only found in joy, it also grows from resilience. From the gentle pride of knowing you have walked through difficult nights and still arrived here, whole, you recline further into the grass, your gaze rising toward the stars. They glitter like a tapestry woven across eternity, and you feel yourself as part of that design. Every star feels connected to another, just as every moment of your life connects to the next. You realize that happiness is not a single event but a weaving threads of laughter, threads of sorrow, threads of quiet reflection. Together they form the fabric of who you are. And tonight that fabric feels soft, complete, and beautiful. A sense of gratitude swells in you, unforced, flowing naturally like the river you left behind. You feel grateful for the people who have touched your life, for the places you have seen, for the moments both large and small that shaped you. Gratitude fills the empty spaces, and with it comes a tenderness that lights your chest from within. You see clearly now. Gratitude and happiness are not separate, they are companions, walking together, each making the other stronger. The night continues, but you are no longer aware of time. You are resting in something timeless, something eternal. Your body grows heavy, but your spirit floats light, as though carried on the quiet hum of the universe. You feel safe here, more safe than you have in a long while. And in this safety, happiness blooms like a flower that does not need to be watched, simply grows, soft and steady, under the silver glow of the moon. The stillness of the clearing wraps around you like a blanket.
And in its embrace, your breath becomes slow, even, and calm. Each inhale feels like gathering light. Each exhale like releasing weight you no longer need to hold. The pool before you mirrors not only the stars, but also the peace within your own chest. Looking into it, you sense a truth that has always been present. Happiness is not something outside to be found, but something inside to be remembered. A gentle sound rises in the distance, perhaps the murmur of night birds, or the whisper of wind weaving through the forest beyond. It does not disturb the silence. It completes it, adding a thread of music to the fabric of the night. You realize happiness is much the same. It does not erase sorrow, nor silence every sound. It blends with life, harmonizing with what is already there, teaching you that beauty can exist alongside imperfection. You lean back into the grass, feeling its softness cradle you. Above, the stars gather in constellations, shapes your mind begins to trace. They tell stories older than memory. Yet tonight they seem to tell your story, a life filled with moments of light and shadow. All of them necessary, all of them part of the same sky. You understand that happiness does not come from denying the darker nights. It comes from knowing that the stars still shine within them, always present, always waiting. As you rest, memories drift through you again, lighter this time, like feathers carried by the wind. A warm cup shared with a friend. The quiet joy of hearing rain on the roof. The comfort of someone listening when you needed to speak. None of these moments demanded attention when they happened, yet each has lingered, becoming part of the treasure within you. You see now that happiness often arrives unannounced, and only later do we recognize its worth. The night air cools gently, brushing your skin, and you let it remind you that change is natural. Seasons shift, days end, and nights arrive. Yet within all these changes, happiness continues to appear in new forms, sometimes as laughter, sometimes as calm, sometimes as simple rest. Tonight, it is rest that surrounds you, inviting you deeper into ease. You close your eyes, and the clearing does not fade. Instead, it grows brighter in your imagination. You feel the grass beneath you, the stars above you, the water reflecting eternity beside you, and as sleep begins to draw near, happiness becomes not only a thought but a presence, steady and tender, holding you through every breath.
With your eyes closed, the clearing becomes even more vivid, as though the world within is brighter than the world without. You feel as if you are lying not only on grass, but upon the very fabric of the universe itself. A fabric woven with threads of silence and light. Each thread hums softly, carrying a vibration of peace, and you sense that this vibration is happiness in its purest forms, quiet, yet endlessly steady. In this gentle state, your thoughts no longer rush. They arrive slowly, one by one, like ripples moving across still water. You remember the first time you saw a sunrise, how the sky changed color from darkness to gold. You remember laughter that echoed so freely it seemed to lift the weight of the air. You remember the feeling of being held, of being told without words that you belonged. These memories drift through you not as longings, but as confirmations. Happiness has always been part of your journey. The night deepens, and in its depth you feel yourself growing lighter. The stars above feel closer, almost like companions leaning near to whisper secrets only the heart can hear. They do not speak in language, but you understand them anyway. They remind you that happiness is not measured by days or years, but by moments when you feel connected, alive, and present. And in this quiet hour, you are in such a moment now. A soft breeze stirs the grass, and it brushes against your skin like a gentle hand. The touch carries with it a sense of renewal, as though the world itself is reminding you that every breath is a beginning. You realize that happiness often appears in these beginnings, in the chance to start again, in the courage to open your heart, in the willingness to trust life even after storms. The breeze tells you nothing is ever lost. It only changes form, and through that change, happiness continues to flow. Your body grows heavier with rest, yet inside you there is a glowing light, warm and calm. It does not burn brightly, but it does not fade either. It is the light of being, the light of existing here and now, without needing to prove anything. You recognize it as the same light that has carried you through every season, guiding you gently toward this moment of peace. As you sink deeper, the clearing becomes less a place outside and more a reflection within. The pool, the stars, the grass all dissolve into a single feeling of vastness, a space where you are safe, whole, and deeply at ease. And in that space, happiness rests like a quiet guardian, holding you as you drift closer and closer to sleep. The stillness within you expands, like a soft horizon stretching without end. You feel as though the night has carried you beyond time, into a place where only calmness exists. Your body is heavy against the earth, yet your spirit feels light, floating gently as if carried on unseen wings. Happiness hums through you, not as excitement, but as a deep rhythm, steady and kind. It is the rhythm of belonging, of knowing you are exactly where you are meant to be. Visions flow through your quiet mind like streams of light. You see a path lined with candles, each flame steady, each glow gentle. These candles are not there to lead you anywhere far. They illuminate where you already are. Each flame represents a piece of happiness you have known, a kind word, a soft morning, a moment of laughter, a time when you felt safe. Their glow reminds you that even in moments of darkness, there were always sparks waiting to guide you forward. You walk among these lights in your imagination, and the warmth from them touches your skin. It feels like being wrapped in a shawl of memory and gratitude. You realize that happiness is not a distant treasure, but a collection of these small lights, gathered day after day, often unnoticed until you pause to see them. Tonight you pause, and in pausing, you find yourself surrounded by more light than you had ever realized. The night air grows cooler, but instead of chill, it feels refreshing, renewing. It brushes against you like a reminder that everything changes. Yet within change, there is always a chance for new joy. Happiness is not fixed in one form. Sometimes it is laughter, sometimes it is stillness, sometimes it is simply the comfort of breathing and knowing you are alive. The shifting air tells you happiness is always near, changing shape but never leaving. Your heart feels lighter now, as though every beat carries gratitude outward, rippling gently into the world. You sense that this gratitude is not only for what you have received, but also for what you have given. For every smile, every kindness, every gentle moment you shared each has become part of someone else's light. Happiness grows not only in keeping, but in giving. And tonight you feel the quiet joy of knowing you have already sown many seeds. You lie back once more, closing your eyes, and the candles remain glowing softly within you. Their light does not fade when your eyes shut. It continues to burn in the silence of your heart. And as sleep drifts closer, you realize happiness will remain with you too, carrying you gently into dreams, steady as the stars, tender as the night. The candles of memory glow quietly within you, and their light begins to blend with the stars above. For a moment, it feels as though the entire sky has descended into your chest, filling you with countless small lights. Each one holds a piece of your story, times of joy, times of challenge, times of simple peace. You realize you do not need to search for happiness outside, because it already shines from within, steady as the night sky itself. You breathe deeply, and each breath feels like opening a window. With every inhale, you invite in calm, and with every exhale, you release what no longer serves you. The rhythm is effortless, natural, a reminder that happiness does not require striving. It flows as naturally as air through your lungs, as naturally as the river you once imagined winding beneath the moonlight. As your body sinks further into rest, your heart begins to soften more fully. You remember moments of connection, hands held, eyes meeting, words spoken softly at the right time. These memories come not as longing, but as nourishment, proof that happiness has lived in you before and continues to live in you now. You see that happiness is not a rare guest, but a familiar companion, always near, even if sometimes unnoticed. The night air shifts gently, carrying a sense of promise. You feel it brushing across your skin like a whisper of dawn. Though the stars still shine above, happiness, you realize, is also this promise, the assurance that no matter how long the night, light will return. And even within the night itself, there is light enough to guide you, light enough to rest in. You close your eyes again, and visions return, not of places or people, but of feelings, the warmth of kindness, the steadiness of trust, the sweetness of laughter shared. These feelings weave together, forming a tapestry of joy that covers you like a blanket. You understand that this is what happiness truly is, not fleeting sparks, but threads that endure, connecting every part of your life into a whole that is beautiful and complete. As sleep draws closer, you allow yourself to surrender more deeply. You do not need to hold on tightly. Happiness holds you instead, steady as earth beneath you, endless as the stars above. And in that gentle surrender, you find peace so vast that it carries you effortlessly into dreams. The quiet within you deepens, like an ocean stretching endlessly beneath a calm surface. You feel yourself floating gently, supported by something vast yet tender. Every part of you relaxes, every thought slows, until only a soft awareness remains. In that awareness, happiness hums like a hidden current, steady and reassuring. It does not rise and fall with circumstance. It is constant, like the tide, always carrying you forward. Your imagination drifts once more, and you see a hill bathed in moonlight. Slowly you walk upward, each step easy, effortless. The path is lined with wildflowers that glow faintly, their petals silver beneath the stars. As you climb, you notice how the world opens wider around you. The higher you go, the more you see, and yet the journey never feels heavy. Happiness is like this too, not a burden to carry, but a gentle lifting, a widening of vision that shows you how much beauty surrounds you. At the hill's crest, you pause. Before you stretches an endless horizon of night, vast and breathtaking. The stars appear closer here, as if they have leaned down to meet you. You feel the air on your face, cool and pure, and in that moment, you sense a harmony between yourself and the universe. Happiness arises naturally in this balance, not as excitement, but as stillness, as belonging, as the quiet joy of being part of something infinite. You sit at the top, gazing outward. Thoughts of your life return again, but now they feel lighter, softened by perspective. Every joy, every sorrow, every step has carried you here, to this moment of peace. Nothing has been wasted. Everything has become part of the view before you. And you realize that happiness is not about erasing the past or controlling the future. It is about resting fully in the present, accepting the whole of your journey with tenderness. The stars above pulse softly, and you imagine them breathing with you, each one a reminder of hope. Even when unseen, they are always shining. Even when nights feel long, they wait patiently for you to look up. In the same way, happiness waits, not demanding, not rushing, simply present, ready to be noticed whenever your heart is still enough to see. As you lie back on the grass at the hilltop, your body sinks into comfort, heavy with release. The sky stretches endlessly above, and you feel yourself becoming part of its vastness. The boundaries between you and the world blur until only peace remains. And in that peace, happiness glows like a gentle star within your chest, steady and eternal, guiding you softly toward rest. The hilltop holds you in silence, and you allow yourself to linger, breathing in the vastness of the night. The stars glow patiently above, countless and eternal, yet they feel close, almost intimate. Each flicker seems to speak directly to your heart, reminding you that even in the grand scale of the universe, you are not forgotten. Happiness is here, woven into the quiet, steady presence of the sky, offering comfort without demand. As you gaze upward, you notice how the stars form patterns, constellations that have been seen for centuries. People long before you looked upon these same lights, finding guidance and meaning in them. You realize happiness connects you not only to yourself but to all who have lived and dreamed beneath this sky. You are part of something timeless, a thread in a tapestry that stretches far beyond a single life. And in that connection, happiness deepens. Becoming more than emotion, it becomes belonging. A soft breeze sweeps across the hill, carrying the scent of earth and grass. It cools your skin, refreshing and gentle, and you feel it carrying away the last traces of heaviness from your body. With each breath you are lighter, freer, more open. Happiness feels like this breeze, not something you can grasp, but something that moves through you, touching everything quietly before passing on. Your thoughts wander and memories rise once more. You recall times when you gave kindness, small acts that seemed simple in the moment, a word, a smile, a hand offered. You see now that those moments ripple outward like the pool you once touched in the clearing. Happiness is not only what you hold, but what you give. The joy of others becomes your joy, and in giving light, your own light shines brighter. You lie back on the grass, the sky stretching endlessly above. Your body feels safe, grounded by the earth, while your spirit feels expansive, reaching into the infinite. Happiness exists in this balance, rooted, yet unbounded, simple, yet vast. You do not need to choose one or the other. You are both, and in being both, you are whole. As your eyes grow heavier, the stars blur softly, merging into a gentle glow. You no longer see each one distinctly, yet the light remains, steady and tender. It is the same with happiness, even when not in focus, even when not clearly seen, it continues to shine. You carry it with you, whether awake or dreaming, whether noticing or forgetting. It waits, patient and eternal, guiding you gently toward rest. The hilltop cradles you in its stillness, and for a while you simply remain, breathing with the earth beneath you and the sky above. Time feels as though it has dissolved, leaving only the present moment, vast and tender. Happiness hums within you like a steady flame, quiet yet unwavering. It no longer feels like something to seek or even to notice. It feels like something you are. Slowly, the night shifts around you. The stars above seem softer now, their edges blurring, as if preparing to rest along with you. The moon, still high, casts a silver path across the grass, and you imagine it as a road stretching into dreams. You know you do not need to walk it quickly. Dreams will come when they are ready, and happiness will follow you there, just as it has followed you here. Your body grows heavier, sinking deeper into the gentle ground. Every muscle softens, every thought quiets, until you are only breath and heartbeat, simple and steady. You realize this is one of the purest forms of happiness. The release of needing to hold on, the freedom of letting yourself be carried. Like a leaf resting on water, you float, supported by something larger than yourself, something that asks nothing and gives everything. Memories rise one last time, not as sharp pictures, but as soft impressions: warmth, laughter, tenderness, safety. They swirl together like colors blending into a single shade, a shade that glows gently within your chest. These impressions do not demand attention. They exist like background music, reminding you that happiness has been woven through every part of your life, sometimes visible, sometimes hidden, but always present. The breeze on the hill grows gentler, slower, almost like the world itself is falling asleep. You breathe it in, and with each exhale, you feel yourself drifting closer to dreams. There is no resistance, only surrender, and in that surrender you find peace. Happiness is not leaving you as you drift. It is becoming the very fabric of your rest, the quiet rhythm of your dreams. You close your eyes once more, and the hill, the stars, the moon, all fold softly into the silence behind your eyelids. Yet the feeling remains steady, tender, infinite. You understand now that happiness is not a destination at all. It is the companion that has walked with you, the current that has carried you, the whisper that continues even when all else grows quiet. Tonight, it will guide you gently into the deepest sleep, holding you safely until the dawn. The silence grows deeper, as though the night has folded itself gently around you. You no longer feel the edge between your body and the world. Instead, you are part of the stillness, part of the earth, part of the sky. Each breath flows easily, carrying calm into your chest and releasing it again like a tide. Happiness is no longer a thought or a memory, it has become the very rhythm of your breathing, simple, natural, complete. The moon continues its quiet watch above, its silver glow softening as your eyes grow heavier. You imagine it smiling down, not with grandeur but with tenderness, like an old friend wishing you well. Its light feels like a lullaby, steady and gentle, assuring you that you are safe, that you may rest without worry. Happiness lives in this assurance, in the permission to let go, to drift, to surrender fully into the arms of sleep. Within your half-dreaming mind, images flicker softly. You see fields of golden light, rivers flowing without end, skies painted with colors that shift and blend in harmony. None of it asks for meaning. It is beauty for its own sake, offered freely. Happiness often hides in this simplicity, in moments that do not need to be explained, in beauty that exists only to be felt. Your body grows heavier still, as though the earth itself is pulling you into its embrace. Every muscle has released, every thought has faded, leaving only a quiet presence. You are not lost in this stillness. You are found. The world no longer feels separate from you. The grass, the stars, the air, the silence, they are all part of you, and you are part of them. Happiness blooms fully in this unity, boundless and serene. A final wave of gratitude rises within you for the day that has passed, for the life you have lived, for the chance to rest here tonight. Gratitude softens into joy, and joy softens into peace, until all that remains is a gentle hum, like the heartbeat of the universe echoing within your chest. Happiness is that hum, infinite and unbroken, carrying you into the quiet depths of sleep. As dreams begin to gather at the edges of your mind, the night whispers its final reminder: you are enough, you are safe, you are loved. With these words, your spirit relaxes completely, and you drift toward the final embrace of rest, guided by the endless whisper of happiness. The night has carried you gently to its quietest hour, where everything is still, where every sound has faded into silence. You lie here, safe and whole, your body heavy with rest, your spirit light as air. The journey has led you through meadows, rivers, forests, and starlit skies. Yet the true destination was never outside it, has always been within. Happiness has walked with you step by step, and now it rests with you, steady and infinite, guiding you softly into dreams. Your breath is slow, each inhale a gift, each exhale a release. Happiness is this rhythm so simple, so constant, so alive. You do not need to hold it tightly. It is part of you, inseparable, flowing through every heartbeat. You feel it now as warmth in your chest, as calm across your mind, as light filling the quiet corners of your being. The moon above glows like a guardian, casting its silver blessing upon you. Stars flicker softly, their voices quiet yet eternal, telling you the same truth they have whispered since the beginning. You are safe, you are loved, you are enough. These words cradle you, wrapping you in comfort so deep that nothing else is required. You are free to rest, free to dream, free to let the world fade away. As you drift closer to sleep, your memories and hopes fold gently together. They do not clash. They flow like streams, joining into a single river. That river carries you toward dreams, smooth and calm, and happiness floats with you, ensuring the journey is sweet. You no longer need to try. You no longer need to reach. You only need to surrender, and happiness does the rest. Now the story grows quiet. Words fall away like leaves, leaving only stillness. In that stillness, you find everything: peace, safety, love. This is the whisper of happiness, the whisper that will remain even as you sleep, the whisper that will greet you again when you wake. Rest now. Let the night hold you. Let dreams take you gently. And as you drift deeper, remember this: happiness is yours, always. Thank you for joining this journey. If this story has brought you peace tonight, don't forget to like and subscribe so you can return again to rest within the whisper of happiness.